that the world is just a scary place, and people with millions upon billions of dollars have nothing better to do than to try to create things to destroy the world. You see, when you have so much money that you don't even know what to do with anymore, like you have traveled all around the world, you've bought everything that you could possibly think of, the only thing left is to utilize that money for things in which you conjure up in your mind, and that 9 times out of 10 can become a problem for mankind. So I'm reading a story over here, and if you are somebody who is anything like me, I am very skeptical when it comes to AI. So here we have a story, and apparently China is in a race. I didn't know that the world was in a race as far as figuring out who wanted to become supreme when it comes to artificial intelligence. The headline here says, in the race for AI supremacy, China and the US are traveling on entirely different tracks. And it says here, Beijing is set to the goal of being the global AI leader by 2030. But that was before the emergence of the Chat GPT. So China here says they want to be the king of the jungle. They want everything to be relied on artificial intelligence. Look, why in the world do people think this is a good thing? Why can't people see that at some point in the future, artificial intelligence is going to be taking jobs away from people? It's going to be booting out humans because, number one, humans get tired. You have to feed them. You have to pay them. They get sick. At some point, humans will definitely be expendable once this artificial intelligence comes to fruition full force. We ain't seen nothing yet. Like some stores, like Walmart, for instance, you can't even find a human to check you out anymore. Maybe like 2 humans out of the whole store, and everything else is like self-checkout. Some restaurants, especially in major cities like Atlanta, for instance, they have restaurants to where they don't even have waitresses and waiters. They got these robots coming out, taking your order and bringing you your meal, and possibly even greeting you. And guess what? You don't have to tip a robot. You don't have to tip the AI. It's like people think it's funny now. They laugh now. But look, why do you think they made movies? And here we go again with predictive programming. I talk about this all the time. Movies like I, Robot with Will Smith, where they created a whole bunch of these artificial intelligent beings to serve, and then all of a sudden a conscience began to resonate with these artificial intelligence, and they rebelled against man. Now, I don't know how many of you out there are gamers, but there was a game that came out years ago called Detroit Become Human. Okay, so I'll click on this one right here so you can get a good look at it. Oh, no, we don't want to see that. I wanted to just blow up the game here so you all can kind of just see that, but I guess those are not a good example. All right, so here's a picture here. So Detroit Become Unhuman came out a number of years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago. And the idea of this video game is it's the future. I can't remember what year, but it's the future, and artificial intelligence is in just about every home at this point. It has been completely accepted. They are doing things to lessen the burden of humans. You know what I'm saying? Like humans got to go out and work. You got to do this and that. So then you got an AI at home that's cleaning, that's cooking, that's watching the kids do their homework while mom or dad go out into the world and handle their business. Well, just like in iRobot, these artificial intelligence, they ended up gaining a conscience. So look at I want you all to look at the title here. It says Detroit Become Human. Become human. So these are artificial intelligent beings that literally gained a conscience. They were still AI, but they gained a conscience. They started having feelings. They started rebelling against the humans and started seeing humans as just wicked, evil people, because humans really are wicked and evil people. But I bring this up because, once again, nothing is new under the sun. And Hollywood and entertainment has been trying to tell us this for years, that, hey, there's going to come a point in time where these things are going to happen, and this is going to follow, and that's going to follow. And of course, the people that are still asleep are not going to see anything coming. Just like they never see anything coming. Oh my gosh, the AIs are trying to take over. It's happening now. It's happening right before our eyes, okay? So let's go back to the article here. Now, those were just references for video games and a movie. This is real. This is real life, folks. This was actually published today on January the 8th, today. So let's read a little bit of this. It says, of the many events that stand out as a noteworthy in the online discussions across China social media in 2023, it is perhaps the rise of the ChatGPT that will prove to be the most significant. Although the chatbot made the US-based OpenAI was officially launched in late 2022. It took until 2023 for the unprecedented growth, for the rise of eyebrows in China, where the government set the goal of becoming the global leader in 2030. Now, if you know anything about China, I'm just stating facts. If you know anything about Chinese government, you know that they are all about the vice grip of controlling everything. They are control freaks. So much that they don't even want, Chinese people to have so many kids. I think it's like a two kid per household thing that they have going on over there. It's weird. And they got millions of surveillance cameras all around China. Like, there is nothing that you can't do that they don't see. So it doesn't surprise me that China wants to be in control of something like this. But it makes you wonder, like, why? What's going to happen when that occurs? Like, what's going to occur with the citizens of China if they're going to be the leading, just manufacturer of AI? Over the past decade, the focus of AI in Chinese society and digital culture has grown. Since the C-19 outbreak, I'm just utilizing code words, people. AI implementations in school, office buildings, and factories have rolled out in fast forward. So we got AI in schools over in China, in office buildings in China, in factories in China. Now, as far as I know, artificial intelligence have not made it to the schools here in the USA. As far as I know, I don't know. I could be wrong. Comment down below if you know of such a happening. We also have AI facial recognition is employed in everything from public security to payment technology, smart glasses, helmets, to make it easier for workers to perform their tasks. Now, this is where they catch you right here, okay? This is the where they try to convince you to make it easier for the workers to perform their tasks. It's like, this is how they're going to sell it. This is how they're going to say, like, we're just trying to make life easier for people. We're just trying to make life easier for our citizens. Artificial intelligence is going to work for us. Okay? So if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of videos where they are sitting down, interviewing a AI, asking them questions like, what are your feelings about humans? And asking questions about who created the universe, asking them all different type of life, philosophical questions. And the responses that the AIs are giving are very intelligent, and it's almost scary, to the point where there's some real human beings who probably couldn't even answer questions as in depth as some of those AI did. And they want you to sit here and think that they're making these, I'm gonna just call them robots, these robots to make life easier, to make you feel better. But in hindsight, I just don't see that, because we could take it back all the way to 1984. Okay, we could take it back to let's go ahead and pull it up. You know what I'm saying? It was it was this movie that became extremely famous. Terminator. When Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "I'll be back," nobody ever thought that it would be like this. Okay, nobody ever thought, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but yeah, I kind of am. So I'm just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. But we've been learning ever since the 80s that humans have had a fascination with robots. Androids. At one point, we called them androids. Robots, androids. Now we've settled on artificial intelligence, to where you have a person here who's not a person, who's from the future. Skynet called by, I can't remember the name of the actual Terminator here, but we all know him as Schwarzenegger. And in the first one, he was very, very vicious. And then the second one, they made him look exactly like the first one, which it wasn't the first one, but he was programmed to protect John Connor. So we have them doing different things here. And how about this one? I know y'all remember this, right? Drop it. Yeah, had to do it. RoboCop. Merging man with steel. Okay? Now, despite them utilizing a human brain, he was still artificial intelligence. Just the earliest stages. Artificial intelligence was not really talked about. It was talked about, but it wasn't put in the terminology that we know it today. And the list just goes on and on and on about this obsession with making robots look like humans. And now it's not something that's too far-fetched, because we see video games here now, and I believe this is a real actor, by the way, of these robots that look like humans. And China wants to make it a thing. Now, they may not necessarily look like fleshy humans, but it's coming. It's coming. Okay. I'll continue here. And intelligent robots have become a common sight in China's services industry, in the malls, restaurants, and banks. See, they're everywhere. They are everywhere in China. There will not be a place where a human being can work anymore. And then at some point, humans are going to starve out because they can't make a living for themselves anymore, because AI has taken over. Now, some of you may be watching this video and laughing, and look, go ahead. Go ahead. At some point, we have got to stop being foolish and take our heads out of the ground, stop being an ostrich, and be a human with a brain. Okay? Not like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, who doesn't have a brain, but you do. Stop being so skeptical about everything when things are literally in your face. Now, some people may be like, well, what does this have to do with, the Bible? What does this have to do with anything? Do you not think that the devil is not behind this? Do you not think that Satan does not have a hand in AI development? Don't you know that humans are Satan's forever sworn enemy? That will never change. That will forever be that way. And he will do anything he can to make life hell on earth for us, including create some robots to take the place of hardworking men and women who just want to take care of their families. This has everything to do with the New World Order agenda. We're not finna sit up here and act like it doesn't, okay? Now look, I keep saying this over and over in every video. 2024 is a year of exposure. You either get it or you don't. If you can't see things at this point when they're right in front of you, then God be with you, because whatever happens to you is on you. And I'm sorry if that sounds blunt. I'm sorry if it sounds, rude, but I'm here to tell the truth. And I'm here to sound the alarm. I know this is a bit of a different flavor and video. We're not doing Bible studies right now, but at the same time, I'm also here to bring you all up to speed on what's going on in this world, because some of you are working your behinds off and you're watching a lot of Netflix and you just don't see how fast we are moving forward. And it's not new. It didn't just happen. This is things that we have been forewarned for years upon years upon years, since the 80s, since the 90s, since the early 2000s, since the 2010s, even to this day. And it's all in your face. AI is everywhere. You can go to your iPhone, correct? And a lot of people did this over the last year and a half. There are applications to where you can take your picture and AI will take that photo and make it look like a professional headshot, like for LinkedIn or some sort of business resume. I don't know, but it can take your picture and it's you. It looks exactly like you, but you look very professional. And people were utilizing these images. Like, I can't believe that people are actually using their AI image. And the scary thing about all of this is, where do you think, who has access to your picture? Somebody has your picture. Somewhere around this world, someone's got your picture. Now, if you've already done this, there's really nothing you can do about it. I just don't do it again. Even with our iPhones here, I'm not guilty, because I have facial recognition on my phone. And here's the thing, man, there's no hiding. Like, this isn't about, well, what can we do? What's the solution? How can we stop it? You can't. I'm not here to give you a, false hope or social solution as what you can do to rebel and what you can do to push back. You can't push any of this stuff back, because it's Bible prophecy. The only thing that you could do is make sure that you are good with Jesus Christ. Give your life to the Lord. Make sure that you're saved, Holy Spirit filled, live your life out purposely, and do what you can for other people, and be vigilant and be watchful. The Bible tells us to be sober minded, to not be confounded by the things of this world, to not meddle into the affairs of civilians. Because if you're a Christian, you're a soldier. So you need to be on top of stuff like this. You need to be telling coworkers about this. You need to be sharing this stuff on your social media. You need to be making YouTube videos like this to put on YouTube and to let people know, hey, this is what's going on in this world right now. And some people will laugh at you. Some people will scoff. The Bible says in the last day that there will be scoffers, there will be mockers, but count it all joy, because if they do that, and the Lord has said that they were going to do that, they are fulfilling the prophecy that Jesus spoke out of his own mouth. So anytime somebody makes fun of you for what you're saying, or because you're a Christian, or it may seem like you're crazy because you're talking about things that everybody else doesn't talk about, Jesus said it was already going to happen. So we should be counting it all joy, and including AI. This ain't no game. This is not a game. Now, there's more to this article, but this video is already like 20 minutes. I'm not going to sit up here and read it. But I will put a link in the description if you are interested in looking at it yourself. But China, this doesn't surprise me at all. China has always been an extreme place. It has always been a place that has tried to outdo everybody in every single way. And I really do feel like it is one of the camps for Satan. One thing that Satan desires is to be God. And God is omnipotent. He is omniscient. He is omnipresent. He is everywhere. He sees everything at every moment, every time, every day, no matter what it is. And Satan can't, because he's futile. He's only the prince of the air. He's only the God of this world. He has no real power. He only just has influence over people who don't know Jesus Christ. Okay? And a place like China, like I said, they have all of those surveillance videos all over the place. Look, Satan wants to be, that's the best way he could do it, is by utilizing man. Okay? He has no real power. You got more power. You got the power of the Holy Spirit within you. The serpent is under your foot. You can tell him, get ye behind me, Satan, when he starts to get out of line. When he starts acting up, slap him on the hand, get back. Let him know his future. Because he's always trying to condemn us. He's always trying to remind us, oh, you used to be this or you used to be that. Keep talking. That's what I say. Listen, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to comment down below, okay, that my eyes will be open in 2024. My eyes will be open in 2024. Don't be distracted. Don't fall for things. Back up from certain things that may take up your time and attention so that you can pay attention to stuff like this news story right here. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to cover this year. We just getting started. It is only the 8th. I'm going to try my best, Lord willing, to bring as many videos as I possibly can, spirit-led videos that are going to bless you and your family, videos that are going to inform you as far as what's going on in this world, because what's the point in having knowledge if you're going to keep it to yourself? What's the point in bestowing wisdom if you're not going to give it to somebody else?